Come out and cheer on 80-year-old Grandma Gail as she takes the plunge into Lake Ontario's frigid waters on New Year's Eve. The Kingston Grandmother Connection Polar Plunge Party will raise funds to support grandmothers in Africa who are caring for their grandchildren orphaned by the AIDS epidemic. Thanks so much for being here today, Grandma Gail.
Oh, thank you for having me here.
So polar plunge, taking a dip in those frigid waters. What makes you want to do this?
Well, there's actually quite a lot of people doing this. I started just sort of as a contrarian. I was, I think, 76 at the time, and I thought, I've been too boring. I'm going to be outrageous now that I'm old. So I jumped in in Calabogie Lake in November, and then I challenged my two grown sons, and they had to.
Yep.
They did it, and what I discovered is what you learn when you investigate it. There is this amazing rush of energy. I guess it's endorphins. Mm-hmm. It's basically a natural high. You just are reset and revved and ready to go once you get out. Going in is as awful as you can imagine.
Okay.
But coming out, you get this reset that makes it worthwhile.
So for the polar plunge, do you jump in the water? You walk in off the shoreline? How does that work?
Well, when I was doing it on my own, I just jumped in and out.
Yeah.
However, once I got involved, I sought out the local King Hoff group, and it's a much more elaborate thing. We do breath work first, and that's pretty astonishing on its own. It's a series of breath exercises and breath holds that oxygenates your body and your brain so that you can withstand anything, I guess.
Right.
So we do that, and they walk in. Now, I've always said I couldn't walk into the water even in July. I just had to jump. Well, I have learned to walk, and we stay in for 5 to 10 minutes.
And you've brought your hat that keeps you nice and toasty while you're in the water?
Yes. Most of the people wear a hat, and I chose this one because it's really warm.
Yep.
And the other thing that is an issue are hands. And if you see us in the water, most of us have our hands out. We're not praying. We're just keeping them out of the cold water because obviously fingers and toes are the most vulnerable.
Right.
And we all wear pretty good. I have a good set of diver's boots, a gift from my son.
Very nice. So aside from all the health benefits and the endorphins and everything, the polar plunge happening on December 31st is actually a fundraiser that your Grandmother's Connections group is running for the Stephen Lewis Foundation. Is that right?
The Stephen Lewis Foundation is an organization Stephen Lewis formed after he was sent by the UN as an envoy to study HIV/AIDS in Africa. And he saw the devastation and the attitudes, the negative attitudes. People felt so targeted that sometimes they wouldn't even seek treatment for AIDS because then the village would know.
Right.
So this organization is designed, was formed to allow Western grandmothers to support the African grandmothers who are devastated by the loss of their own children, who were supposed to look after them in their old age. And now with anywhere from 2 or 3 to 6 or 7 grandchildren to raise with no government support whatsoever. It's not just daunting, it's crushing. Right. And their own grief and the grief of the children, it's just really hard. So the Grandmother to Grandmother Connection is a partnership between Western grandmothers and African grandmothers, where we provide what they say they need.
Excellent.
We aren't advising them, they advise us.
Right.
And it's pretty basic stuff, like a lock on your door,
Right.
or a repair to your thatched roof, blankets, food for the children, school fees for the children. But all of this helps the grandmothers. It gives them hope, and it gives the children hope. Hope, you can imagine, is in short supply in those circumstances. And this organization has made really quite a difference. We have a big banner that we'll trot out on New Year's Eve, and it says, "We are making a difference."
Yes.
Our local group has raised, I believe, more than $500,000 to
Incredible.
date,
Yeah.
and we're hoping this year to make 50,000.
Yeah.
And this all goes directly to the organizations on the ground to support these grandmothers.
So if individuals want to support the Grandmother to Grandmother Connection, can they visit your website and pledge their support and also come down and cheer at the polar plunge party?
Oh, we hope they'll do that, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. The website is very clear on how you can donate. There's several ways to do it. The instructions will walk you through whichever method you choose.
Okay.
And we're hoping that we will have more people visit the site. I mean, after all, not everyone wants to stay up till past midnight.
Yep.
So it's a party. It's a New Year's Eve party. We're just having it at noon. And we invite everybody to come down and make some noise. And our poster says, bring your buddy, bring your bling, bring your grandkids, and watch the crazy lady go in the lake.
Well, yeah, that's a great way to put it. And to wrap up, so Grandma Gail and others taking the plunge on December 31st at noon hour at Portsmouth Olympic Harbor, and visit the Grandmother to Grandmother Connection website for information on how you can sponsor this incredible organization and the work they're doing halfway across the world. Thanks so much for being here today, Gail.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been fun.